Greetings, greetings. It looks like this is being live streamed to YouTube right now, but I'll be able to check that. But in the meanwhile, what I want to do is to record this meeting in case there's a mail message from YouTube. So this is going to be my presentation, and I'm getting it ready. And trying to think what else I need to do. If I'm sharing my screen, something pops up here and I can move it out. I can hide it. And I'll show you that in a moment. Okay, so moving onward. Here is, now you can see up here that I'm recording to YouTube, right? But I also want to record the meeting. So right now I'm going to record the meeting. And I always record to cloud. I'll explain that to you at some point if need be. So it says recording in progress. Okay, cool. So here's the quickie for you. What I'm trying to do is I'm exposing you to my offering, which is called Zero the Zoom Hero. And it teaches you to download Zoom, learn all the parameters and all the tricks of Zoom, and then use it to create your own courses or connect with friends, family, whomsoever you want to communicate with. And I also want to alert you that I have a course, Zero the Zoom Hero, okay? And it will be on the 26th, 28th, and 30th of this month, August. 3 days, 2 days of Canvas slides, and 1 day live. And the reason 1 day live is that a lot more things come into play. And also, some errors and some tricks that you need to learn, okay? So, and I want to tell you how I got into Zoom. My story, what is my story, right? So when COVID hit, I was down here in Mexico, and when COVID hit, I could not go back into the US. Unless I was vaccinated. And I chose not to be vaccinated. I have not been vaccinated. And I'm alive and well. I'm not one of these guys who's taking the COVID XXX7Z new inoculation. I mean, it's a never-ending process. I'm afraid I'm a little skeptical here, but the pharmaceutical industry does not have my total vote of confidence. Either way, I could not go back to the United States. So I was down here in Mexico and I needed to be able to communicate to people. So the first thing I did was I started with my brother who was in France. And he and I actually initially, to be honest, I didn't want to overwhelm him. And so, nor myself, of course, right? Because I wasn't a Zoom expert at that point. But I didn't want to overwhelm him more so because he's really non-technical. So he and I started on Facebook. And once he got comfortable with the camera, which is really all it takes, excuse me, we moved on to Zoom. And, you know, he and I, between us, trod into every possible huddle or disaster within Zoom possible. It's the only way you learn, right? If you make an error and the next time you come to that spot, you go, whoa, and you go around it. So through that process, I became a Zoom hero. And I realized the power of Zoom, not only to connect with my family and my brother, but to connect with clients. You know, I had clients in the US. I was technically still in real estate at the time. And so I had somebody covering my real estate in the US, but I needed to communicate with her. And so that was the way that Zoom developed for me. Right now, I am truly a Zoom expert, even though I learned each and every day, because Zoom is a never-ending platform. And some of it is useful because Zoom covers every possible type of client. And for me, I only need the first level of Zoom, professional, right? Because there's the free Zoom, there's the first level professional, and then it just goes on. Like your COVID injections, different levels, you know, because for different people. And so I just wanted to tell you that before we go further, that was my story. So what I want to do for you with this Zoom is to expose you to some of the possibilities of Zoom, should you choose to join my course, which is, as I mentioned, on the 26th, 28th, and 30th of August of this month. Okay? And you can message me below for more information in case I forget to tell you that. So right now, I am, as I say, recording to, I'm recording to Zoom, to YouTube, and I'm recording up into cloud, my cloud, okay? And that is the big benefit of the first paid version gives you the cloud possibility. And you'll see that shortly as I discuss more about Zoom, okay? So the first thing I want to let you know is I'm going to screen share, okay? Which means that you'll see it now. I will move away and I'll be a mugshot up on the top of the screen. And a screen within my computer will be shared with you. Okay, so you can see there I am, right? And I want this one. Okay. So this is me. And I can move myself around. I can go anywhere I want to. You know, like if the print's in the way, I can move this. Just to let you know, I mean, there are so many different possibilities. This is my first slide. Okay. It says I am screen sharing. And I can, if I want to, and I think it is down here. And that's grid view, full screen. I think it may be here. Yeah. Hide video panel. This one here, I believe. No, it's not. It's somewhere here. This. Hide floating meeting controls. So you can see here, there are my meeting controls. Show meeting, annotate, pause, share, chat, participants, video and audio, and more. So I don't need to see that. So I will hide the floating meeting controls. It gives me more screen. Okay. There. It disappeared, and it's if I press escape on my on my on my computer, escape, back it comes. So it's not anything that's permanent, but it's good to know that you can increase the size of your screen. Because sometimes the meeting controls are in the way, especially when you go to full screen. Okay, so let's start here real quick, and I'll just give you a snapshot. So you can see this, right? Now, this is so that you can see it better. Okay, I can move myself up here. Matt has a Bachelor of Science in Zoology and Psychology as majors. I am Matt Makovsky, by the way. Also, I have a master's in experiential education. My wish for you is that you end up becoming a total Zoom convert. I have been here in Mexico for 3+ years, and my communication with family, friends, and clients, that's the important part for me, throughout the world has been via Zoom. Join me on that journey. Just do it. And currently, I believe I am a Zoom hero. Ever learning, but a Zoom hero. Okay. So now I could click this and the next slide would come up. But I'm trying to show you snippets of Zoom. So I exit full screen. Okay. So Canva is doing its survey right there. And it asks me if I'm using a recording tool, okay? And you know that I am recording. I'm screen sharing right now, right? And I've gone back to the smaller screen, and these are all the slides that I will share with you. So this is the first one that I think is important. And I will make it big. Okay. How to download Zoom. Okay. So this is a Snagit. I use. Let me tell you quickly. 3 pieces of software that you will see. Zoom is one of them. Without Zoom, you're nowhere. However, Snagit allows me to capture this. This bit here within these red brackets is a screenshot of Google. So I capture it, I annotate it, I write up more spiel here, and I've created a slide, okay? So Snagit is for course creation, and Canva is for course presentation, which is what I'm doing here. This is all on Canva. So as you watch this, think about a course, a possible course that you might be interested in, and how you would be using it. Because, I'm doing this coming course from 6 to 7 Eastern Standard Time. So 4 o'clock on the West Coast and 7 o'clock on the East Coast. And it's essentially for what I consider to be my potential clients, I guess, right? In the business, they call them your avatar. They are your perfect client that needs you. Now, you may not be, but you're part of a group that I believe is my perfect avatar. They are what I call the empty nesters. They are moms and dads whose kids have left home and are scattered throughout the US, throughout Europe, and the world now. They might be in China or India on a teaching assignment. Who knows, right? And you want to be able to talk to them. Well, you can talk by phone, or you can talk to them one-on-one in Zoom. What better? Facebook, yeah, but what if you want to have a family meeting? Facebook is not that good with it, although it's trying to get there now. But there's nothing like Zoom. Believe me, I know. So this is how to download Zoom. You go to Google and you do a search, zoom.us, greater than, less than, download. That way it eliminates all the Zoom wannabes that have paid Google to appear on the search. So this is only Zoom that it'll show you. This is the Google search bar, okay? This I created within Snagit, right? It is important to include the little arrow between the Zoom and the download. And then typically, and I will tell you how I normally do it, is I do this first, I talk this first, then I go to the bits and pieces here. In looking to download Zoom, be sure to go to the browser and input zoom.us, greater than, less than, in your Google search bar there. That greater than, less than is critical. Then I explain this and why, and then I explain this, okay? So that's how to download Zoom. And I don't want to belabor this too much, but I'll show you something else. So this is the download center. identify yourself as an IT administrator so that you can download Zoom. And this is Zoom client for meetings, and it's for Mac. And this is for Outlook, Microsoft Outlook. Now, I can't go into this too much because I don't know it, right? But I'm sure you can go in there and it would approximate the Mac version close. So, like I said to you, I should normally cover this. Before I forget, Zoom is an ever-changing landscape. To keep up with the date, join my Facebook group, Zero to Zoom Hero. So let me see if I can. I should have prepared this just a little bit better. So you would go to Facebook. This is my personal page. Okay, Facebook, and then Matteo with 2 T's, Mac. But if you want to go and look at my Zoom Hero, you go to Facebook, you run Facebook, and then a forward slash, and then here would be Zero, the Zoom Hero. So I need to make another one of these. So I'll put this aside and it'll remind me to do that. I don't have too many of those left, actually. Clean ones, that is. Well, there it is. There it is. Okay. And of course, I could be posting messages to you, right? Let me show you this. Okay, so I'm back here. This is escape, and I could go to chat, and I could go here and go join my face. So I could have done that. And if you're familiar with chat, it would be easy. I could say, hey, open your chat. But this is a different way of doing it. So me to everyone. This is in my personal meeting room. I close this. Then if I want to get out of this guy because it just takes up space, I go here. Hide floating meeting control. Okay, and it disappears. It just gives me more screen. Always good to know, right? If you want to be more personal, you would keep yourself central so that you're looking at your client. Not that important, but if you ever wanted to do that, because, for example, you might want to say, hey, I want to give you a special tip. It's a way of personal, it's stage, okay? But I find right now, I don't want to confuse my people. So I'm up here, okay? Zero to Zoom Hero. And then once you click download, you're asked where to save it. Usually I go into downloads and it saves as zoom.pkg. Now downloads is already now in your computer. So, you have to realize that there will be transitions between this is what you see on your screen when you have gone into zoom.us. And then when you ask to download it, it will download into your downloads, but within your computer. And then you unpack it. Okay. Onward and upward. So so that's this guy right there. Okay. I don't think there's anything else that I necessarily want to show you. No. So, this would be like module 2. So we've just done module 1 and we're going into module 2. This is important. So as a reminder, in the last module, we saw the new opening screen. So once you've downloaded Zoom into your computer and you go to the side here, right? Right there, there's Zoom, and you click open Zoom. There is your opening screen. There is no such logger. So I'm not quite sure what's happened here. Oh, back to meeting. I think I have lost you. Okay. So what I have to do here is hide this guy.
Cualquier deporte, cualquier momento. En vez de 365 es diferente.
Goodness. So I went down a black hole right there, right? But it's good to see that because, you need to be able to know how to get around Zoom. Anyway, As a reminder, in the last module, we saw the opening screen, which is this one. And again, this is a Snagit shot of my Zoom. Okay. Monday, April 25th, 2020. 22, actually. Okay. It says I have no upcoming meetings. I can have a new meeting, which I'm in the middle of a new meeting right now. I could schedule a meeting. I could join a meeting, or I could share my screen. It becomes one of the numerous ways of starting Zoom. Important to know. So another part to this, okay, so you can see that, you know, having that bar up there gets in the way. So this is my screen in my computer. These black guys here are all Zooms that have been checked, and I'm ready to do them. The red ones, those ones, are Zooms that I'm planning to do, but I haven't verified them completely. Meaning I haven't gone on to them, opened up the Zoom invitation, looked at it. It'll make more sense to you, but you know, the process of setting up an invitation is multi steps. But this is to show you how to create a different, you know this, right? You know this, you can go into Zoom there, right? You know, if you open, if you're up on the board here, you can find a Zoom. You can't see it right now, but if there was a Zoom that had been opened, this is my search bar up here, then you could click that, or you could go there. Now, these are widgets, and that's a Zoom widget, which enables me. It says this is so wait, inside the red border is a screenshot of my calendar. So in my computer, this is my calendar. I use a Google Calendar. To the right of the search bar there, you will see the Chrome plugin. Clicking it will give direct access to scheduling or starting a meeting, which is kind of useful, right? You might be in a different search. You might be, I don't know, you might be in Mastermind, right? And suddenly you go, oh man, I need to Zoom with blah, blah, blah. Then you would click this guy. It would open your Zoom. You could send them an invitation and Zoom with them. So, and you'll see how that happens, okay? Clicking it will give direct access to scheduling or starting a meeting in Zoom. There, whoops. Cool, right? Congratulations, end of day one. Slide 23 of 56. Okay, I'm going to leap quite far ahead here to show you So you can see that I'm okay. So I will show you this. This is once you have downloaded Zoom, okay? Continuing, so let me make this big. Continuing with the scheduling process, here is a repeating custom time. There. So 0 to Zoom Hero Day 3. I'm preparing this invitation. And so this is the title. This is the calendar entry in my calendar. It's Eastern Standard Time, Cancun, Mexico. This is the date, February 21st. It's going to be between 12 and 1:30. I am doing my Zoom, these next 3 ones, specifically for you from 6 to 6:30. Okay. Actually, it'll be 6 to 7. Okay. So see if that works for you. So this is the title entry. So this is the first day of this challenge, right? Start and end times, okay? And they're in my time zone. And then the next part will be this. Every 2 days, the green are ones that have already been done. Continuing, setting up these custom times for your Zoom course, avoiding mistakes after you complete it all and click save. Above, look to see how it's translated into your calendar and adjust accordingly. Now this is a new thing that I've updated on these Zooms. I now save the color red into my calendar initially until I have had an opportunity to check it and it passes scrutiny. Now, this is a new process. Ultimately, yeah, I would just go, instead of I would say the color red because you know it'll be a regular event in my Zooms. Again, a screenshot. This is a border that I put in on Canva. I pasted this into Canva, into a blank Canva slide. I pasted this into it. I put a border around it. It actually probably is a whole gray background, and I just brought this to the front or that to the back. Okay. So much to learn. Okay. So this, okay. This actual completed example of a Zoom invitation created on my calendar, it will be an example for you to follow. Once you have set up your basic parameters in Zoom, right? This is quite complex. Follow the numbers as I explain. It will be a review and we'll pull together what you have learned so far. So, 1, and you can see I'm in the middle here looking at you. One, of course, the title, day one, the date, Central Time, Mexico City. Now, this was some time ago. It should be, it's the same as Central Time, Mexico City is also Eastern Standard Time in Cancun. So when I review these slides, I will change this just so that it's not too much confusion. So that's one. Two, add a guest. So every one of these guys has been added to my Zoom. And I input them here and go save. And they go, and I add another one and go save. They go, in order to add them, I have to have their emails. So when you're setting up your own Zoom and you have somebody that you want to invite to your Zoom, you tell them that they need to give you their best email so that you can invite them. And then you put their email in here. Okay. You can see them like this. And I put a white box around it, protecting my participants' emails, because otherwise somebody who, I vet everybody that comes into my Zooms. No one comes into my Zooms without me inviting them. But you never know, there are pirates out there that might work around that. And when they do, if they do, I don't want them to ever be able to snatch these emails. So I do that. And in fact, in Europe, especially in France, they don't allow this to be open like this. So I'm conforming to what European standards are by blocking out these emails. That's two. Three is a way that I can send an email to all of these people without doing the whole invite deal. And I'll show you that a little later on. Four, these are all my invitations. Okay. Five, when is it? Weekly on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. So this is day one, and it occurs, and this Zoom in a different name occurs on Monday, which would be day one, Thursday, which I would change to day two, and Saturday, which I would change to day three. Okay. 6, this is what, when my clients receive this invitation, which is in an email, and they open it, right? This is what it'll look like. And they just click join Zoom meeting, or they copy this URL. Okay. This is my URL. And the reason for that might be that I get somebody no, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It'll get too complex. But I have access to that URL. That's 7. 8 is all my Proven Zooms are 8, are black. They start off as red, and once I've gone through them, opened them, closed them, looked at the attachment, there's Zero to Zoom Hero. It's a Word document. And I've made sure that this is ready to go out. I would change it from a red to a black. And then this is the invitation. right? Hello, fellow Zoomers. This is my second invite. In some cases, some of you didn't receive it. The PDF is above there. Zero to Zoom Hero. Actually, not a PDF, it's a Word document. I look forward to getting to know you and sharing what I have found is an effective system for putting together a Zoom meeting. We meet 3 times daily, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So, you know, I'm real close to just stopping this. Yeah. I'll show you this. Okay? So here you can see this is a snapshot on that I've taken using Snagit to illustrate a point, a teaching point. I put it around a red boundary to make it look pretty, right? And then I enter these guys. This was the snapshot, all the black and white. These are explanations of the slide because you don't see any writing here. Okay. This is an iMessage sent with Zoom, with the Zoom link copied from my calendar. So I got this as a message. And it's from a client who is going to attend my Zoom. The link is closed. I can't click the button. Okay. It is dimmed. So, meaning that there was something like this that was up there and it was dimmed. For some reason, unknown electronic problem, right? So I pasted into the message a new URL. And I showed you that I could go back and collect a URL, right? In my invitation. So it would be here. And I would post this into the message and then write, Sally, could you try this one? And now this is just a generic kind of, I suppose, like a advertising edition by Zoom, which says, join our cloud high definition video meeting. Da, 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 da. So it's there, but really it's this that I need to click. So she clicked this, attended the meeting, and then after the meeting put, thank you, Matt, for this great session. I loved Zoom. And I put, I love my people. And I put this for you guys, right? To see it, okay? And but you can see that she saw it too, down here. Actually, this reflects that. This was in addition. Okay? You are ready. So I don't want to belabor it too much. That is it right now. The last thing I want to do for you guys is to give you my contact information. Okay. I'll give you a bit of time to write this down. Plus 52 is the code for Mexico. And this is my Mexican phone number, 984-100-5014. So you can call me down here if you want to. I am in Mexico. My email address is mattmac40@gmail.com. So those are my contact information. Okay. I hope to hear from you. And now I believe I hit escape. Yeah. So I hit escape and this pops back up and I stop share. You see that? I stop sharing. Here I am. Okay. So I hope that gives you a sense of what Zoom can be for you. Okay. It's not just a piece of software to babble with. It's a course creator. And you, my friend, have some knowledge that you can share with people. You have a course in you. It will bring you some money. And if it won't bring you money, it'll bring you satisfaction. Okay? So that's it for now. Message me below. Okay? If you want to hear more. And I will go